position possible.
You know, this is a team that's been successful for the most part on the road this year, albeit not a lot of road games, but solid wins at Utah, at Arizona, at USC. What is it about this team that allows their game to transition no matter where they're playing, and does that help them on a neutral court?
Well, it goes back to they really know their identity. Early in the Pac-12 season, they lost on the road to Oregon State. And they had a couple tough losses on the road as well, too, to Fresno State, to Boise State. And people weren't really quite sure what this team was going to be like. Then they rattled off 6 out of their next 7 games that they won. And you saw them realize their identity. They realized when we go on the road, whether it's or it's at home, we're going to make sure that we're the aggressor. And we're going to make sure we're the ones keeping the defense on their heels. And eventually, by constantly just putting pressure on the defense, by attacking the hoop and making wise choices, they put defenses in tough spots where they can no longer keep up with the Ducks, or they get the defense in foul trouble. And then they started just shooting the ball better, to be honest. We know that when it comes time for the tournament, no matter what you do, you got to be able to shoot the ball. And finally, some of their big-name players are stepping up and shooting better from beyond the arc. When you especially look at Dylan Brooks, Tyler Dorsey. Tyler Dorsey, for his last 6 games, has shot 50% from the three. So this is a team that's battle-tested. They know that they can take that initial punch in the face on the road in a tough environment and not panic when they get down 6 or 8 points in the first half, because they know eventually they're going to out-athlete and wear out teams.
Talking to Jordan Kent, CSN Northwest here, former 3-sport athlete, including basketball and football at Oregon. Scott Seidenberg here. You're in overtime on NBC Sports Radio and NBCSportsRadio.com. Let's take a look at that first-round matchup. We now know it's going to be Holy Cross. They run that 1-3-1 zone. Could that present some problems, and how can the Ducks break that down?
Well, Oregon's faced that against Oregon State this year, and I would say that Oregon State has better athletes than Holy Cross, despite how well Holy Cross has been playing as lately. So for Oregon, what's important for them when they face that 1-3-1 is you can't let your rhythm get out of hand, meaning don't let the game speed up where you're trying to force things that you normally don't force. You've got to be able to relax. When the trap comes, you know another player is going to be open. So make sure you find the open look. And then finally, you're going to have the advantage down low. I mentioned before, Elgin Cook, first-team All-Pac-12, along with Chris Boucher. It should be very difficult for anybody to stop those 2 guys down low. On top of it, if you can get Dylan